events right now because he was almost assassinated. Imagine if he could have outdoor, or if he wanted to do an outdoor. There would be hundreds of thousands of people there, just like in Wildwood, New Jersey. And I don't want the Democrats to talk anything about crowd sizes or anything about crowd until you guys can get 100,000 people to show up for you in a state. Then come talk to us. Until then, keep your mouth closed, close your lid, because we don't care about 25,000 people in Phoenix, Arizona, when it looked like AI, okay, allegedly. And the faces looked weird on people. There was no actual crowd reflection on the reflection of the plane. Just a lot of irregularities.
Black Hebrew in the chat, brother. You keep talking all the smack. You keep tagging me, brother, but I don't see you in the queue. Your thing's on private. You have less than 300 followers. Request up in the queue so we can walk you. I haven't walked a Black Hebrew in a while, and I'd be happy to.
If you're a Democrat, capital D in the chat to come up. We need a Harris supporter. And make sure you hit the red follow button at the top of the screen if you're MAGA, if you're ultra MAGA, if you're new to the... And thank you for the 225K likes. We're going for... I'm just going to give you guys a really big goal. I think you guys can do it because you guys are doing fantastic, which, by the way, thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for everything you've been doing, engaging in the live. Let's try to shoot for 300,000 likes here. I think we can do it. Good, guys.
100%. And thank you so much. Thank you for your support.
Ari, who are you supporting?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Does it sound okay?
Yeah.
Kamala, for sure.
Okay, so you're voting for Kamala. Can you tell us why you...
Kamala? Are you able to?
Kamala.
It's Kamala, ma'am. It's Kamala.
Are you able to pronounce Kamala?
Okay, heels up Harris, Hoptua Harris.
How do you pronounce...
Headboard Harris, official mattress of Motel 6. Why are you voting for her? Can you tell us why, without mentioning Donald Trump's name?
Yes.
Or Joe Biden?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
She's spent her entire professional career making sure that she was helping people. And so with a track record like that, it makes it more likely that when she gets the power of the presidency, she will then steward that power way.
Okay, so are you referring to her when she was a litigator?
Yes, that is a part
prosecutor. How did she help people? If anything, she hurt them because didn't she put a lot of people away for low-level offenses like POT charges?
Truancy. She went after parents who
one
kids
of her
didn't go to
biggest
school.
things, to answer your question, is that one of her biggest policies was to make sure to decrease recidivism. And so, yes, her job was to put, criminals in jail. But at the same time, if you look at the mayor of Los Angeles who used to work with her, they have a lot of things that they worked on to make sure that they weren't putting the wrong people behind bars.
Is that why she has 2 wrongful conviction lawsuits under her belt? Do you know who Jamal Truelove is?
That's a thing that happens. It's like I would never imagine that she's perfect.
Do most prosecutors pay witnesses $60,000?
Can I finish saying what I'm saying? Yeah, when it comes to a prosecutor, they definitely are going to get it wrong sometimes. It's just like the justice system. So if there's ever a person that she got wrong, and you're saying there's 2 out of hundreds or thousands that she's worked on, that's
there wasn't hundreds of thousands. That's bullcrap. There was hundreds of thousands. Ma'am, she manipulated it.
I didn't.
No. Nope. She manipulated her prosecutor. She manipulated her prosecutorial record. Okay, and because she made it look like. But by the way, she didn't go after a whole bunch of people. Her conviction rate was high because the amount of people she went after was not very much. Okay, and so that makes your conviction rate high. That's why she had so many investigations against her while she was a prosecutor. Does that make sense? So there was no thousands or hundreds of thousands. Like, can you even name some of the cases that she was involved in?
I was just going to respond real quick. I don't think it's really normal for most prosecution offices to pay a witness $60K to lie on the stand. And that's exactly why he got paid $13 million. And as her career as the attorney general, she fought to make sure that these cases didn't get overturned, and she lost in a couple of different cases. Exactly. She also was involved in withholding exculpatory evidence, especially in the case of George Gage. And these cases
Anthony, thank you. Appreciate
and these cases are, sorry.
And the cowboy hat, thank you.
These cases are a big deal. We're talking about 25 years to life. We're talking about 70-year, 50-year sentences. You're talking about taking somebody's life away.
Right.
So
I think
it is
really
important when you get it wrong, and it's important that when an attorney general tries her hardest to make sure that people that were wrongfully convicted don't get out when they do their appeals. And she specifically has a record of doing this.
I think it's really interesting how Republicans are upset that she's hard on crime, when if she did anything less, you all would have been like, oh, she's soft on crime. So the lady can't do too good or too bad at her job, or else she's imperfect. And
because she plays both sides of the fence. I mean, here she is a strong prosecutor, but how come she didn't? How come she didn't seek the death? How come she didn't seek the death penalty for the cop killer?
Let her finish, guys. Let her finish.
You said, yeah. So, okay. You said, why didn't she seek the death penalty? So you said she should have been harder? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. If David Hill, okay, who was 21 at the time, he had crimes that sent him to life in prison under California law. Without possibility of parole, under California law, was eligible for the death penalty because he slayed a cop in the open air in daylight. Okay, she refused to pursue the death penalty for that man. Okay. It was restored in California in 1978. By the way, the death penalty was.
Do you know how plea bargains work?
Ma'am, it wasn't a plea. It wasn't a plea bargain. She refused to even prosecute this man for the death penalty.
Okay, so
she campaigned on her pledge not to seek capital punishment. And so what happened as soon as she did that? What happened? A man in 2004 unalived a police officer. Isn't that funny?
And repeat what you said so I can follow along. You said she did not what?
So she campaigned on not seeking the death penalty, okay? Mm-hmm. And then as soon as she won the office, okay, isn't it funny that in 2004 a man named David Hill just happened to unalive a police officer, and she rejected the death penalty.
So why should she appreciate that?
I just feel like, I don't know, man. I just feel like if you're a law and order, if you're a prosecutor and you're all for law and order, you would probably protect the people that work underneath you, wouldn't you? Would you protect the people that work underneath you? If somebody unalived your employee, wouldn't you want the maximum penalty for them? Especially somebody who serves in the line of duty.
Death. Like if she is telling you she's pro-life, like why don't you acceect that?
Oh, she's pro-life now.
She's always been. If you say
she is. I love her. Guys, breaking news. Breaking news.
She wanted to reinstate Roe versus Wade. Roe versus Wade. She's pro-choice.
That's pro-life because she's saving the lives of the mothers.
That's pro-choice.
Saving the lives of the mothers.
She tried to rebrand pro-life, and that's not it.
If you are
hold on 1 second. The life of the mother is 0.002%. You realize that, right?
So you want to take that away from them? You want to
0.002%. How many lives of the fetus have been taken away versus the life of the mother?
You can't name any. You can't name one case.
They're insignificant.
I'm sorry. I thought I was allowed to speak, or is this your live?
And you asked the question, so I answered you.
So the maternal mortality rate. The maternal mortality rate is 0.002%.
Okay.
Now tell me how many terminations happen annually. Tell me what the proportion is.
Is that you're right to be in their doctor's
Why are you
office.
dodging the question?
That's
Answer
not
the
it.
question.
No.
Because you don't want to admit that fetuses are being unalived
she is making
by a massive scale versus mothers' lives that are being lost.
The decisions they need.
Are you just going to talk over me the whole time or what? If you want to answer the question, you can. If not, I'll answer it for you.
Can I say something about what you just said about the saving the lives of the mother? First of all, if you Google that, things that you Google are not factual. Did you know that?
And social connectivity.
Did you know that?
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to you. Whoever said that, point.
What, the life of the mother is 0.002%?
Google is pretty factual.
That's wrong.
That's not, no, honey, that's from the CDC. That's not wrong at all.
So you went to the CDC website.
Site, yes.
Or did you Google it?
Well, that's how you get information, ma'am.
What I'm telling you is
what matters? What does that matter anyway?
The information that you Google is not necessarily.
What does that matter if she Googled it anyway to come up with the answer and she found it off the CDC's website? That is the whole point of researching things so you can get educated on it, is it not? That's crazy to me. Just because you Google something doesn't make it true. She told you she got the source from the CDC, not Google. You can unmute.
The point
You gotta stop over talking people.
The point I'm trying to make is when you make statements like that, that's where you got a lot of women that are dying because of the decision was made by some men that are not doctors. So when you make statements
And
like
women.
that, I'm talking about the Supreme Court. When you make statements like that, it costs lives because people that don't know believe it.
Exactly.
When it's not true.
And to go into these rooms where the doctors are with their patients, this is a space that
oh
the
my gosh, you
Constitution...
guys are radical. You guys
Can you
can't
not
name
interrupt
one single
also?
case.
Is Amy
Name one case. Name one case where a woman has been unalived since Roe v. Wade was overturned.
After you said not to interrupt, can I finish saying what I'm saying?
Lady, quit flapping your jibs when I'm talking. How's that sound?
No. I started talking.
No. I don't care. Name one case where a woman was unalived after Roe v. Wade.
A man can say anything.
Name one case where a woman was unalived after Roe versus Wade. Please.
I could tell you.
Go ahead.
Okay, I know of 2 black women.
No, wrong. Name their names. They'd be all over the news.
Right, let her talk. My goodness.
Can I finish?
It's anecdotal. It doesn't
finish? She was She was in the Olympics 4 years ago, and she died because she had.
What's her name?
I can't remember the lady's name, but I'm telling you,
but she was in the Olympics. She must be pretty popular.
She died because she had a problem with high blood pressure, hypertension that could happen when you're pregnant, because it happened to me.
I'm sure she did.
And she died because she would not be seen when she went to the ER. Well,
that's not true. It would be all over the news. Are you telling me that an Olympian, okay, who was in the Olympics, was unalived after Roe v. Wade was overturned, and CNN, ABC, MSNBC, NBC, CBS, none of them ran the story?
No, she said 4 years ago. Did you hear her say that?
I said after Roe v. Wade was overturned.
But did you hear her say 4 years ago?
I just said after Roe v. Wade was overturned because Kamala Harris is running on codifying Roe v. Wade.
Did you not pronounce her name correctly?
I don't care, lady. Kamala Harris said she's running on codifying Roe v. Wade.
You might as well go if you just can't pronounce a name. Like that's...
Okay, well,
it's Kamala. I'm sorry, Kamala. I apologize. Kamala Harris.
I have something.
Get over your feelings.
Hey, how do you pronounce Jesus?
The lady was in the Olympics.
How do you pronounce it? Jesus. How do you pronounce it?
They're not going to pronounce it right.
Oh, damn.
They reject the Lord.
What? I'm a Christian. Get over it.
Yeah, they're demonic.
Yeah, you guys are full
You
of
gonna
shit.
pronounce the name or no?
Back off from me, Satan.
JESUS? Like, why would this matter to you how I pronounce Christ's name?
Just
You won't
answer
even
it.
say it. You won't even say it because you're afraid of being wrong. Her name is Kamala. She doesn't even know her
So
name.
that's how
She's
you
mispronounced it
pronounce
3
it.
times.
JESUS is Kamala?
Her name is not Kamala.
Why do you guys care? I mean, but
Kamala.
Why do you
Kamala.
care?
Her name's Kamala.
Disrespectful.
That's wild.
Yeah, it is.
Why is it not okay to call her?
apologies, you brought
Can I ask a
this back.
question? Hold on. Can I ask a question real quick? This is really important about her
Yeah,
name, okay?
sure.
The only reason why I call her Kamala is because
And Kamala is correct. You got it that time.
right. So the only reason I call her Kamala, okay, is because Kamala was used by her before. She called herself Kamala. Can you explain to me why
I
she
don't know
called
anything
herself by her
about
own name?
calling herself Kamala. I don't know anything about that.
She's mispronounced her name many times, just like she mispronounces,
Yeah,
just
but
like she
okay,
just
you
like she
know what?
misrepresents her,
Okay,
just like she
well, okay.
misrepresents her race.
Let me ask you something. How would you
This lady's
pronounce
a
my
flip
name?
flopper.
How would you pronounce my name?
I don't care. How's that?
No, because that's what
Ryan, why
I'm
is
saying.
he
You don't care. That's the
disrespectful?
point I'm making.
No, it's not. Your name,
You being
lady.
disrespectful.
Alicia in the Hood. That's how I'm reading it.
In the hood?
I think that's what I said. Oh, Alicia Theodore. I don't know. I'm blind.
Okay, so how
Oh,
do you
y'all
know why
just-
I
y'all
did that?
nasty
See, that's
is what
being
it is.
racist, whoever you are.
How am I racist? Are you in the Hood or
You're
you not in the
nasty
Hood?
is what it is, right?
I'd like to talk about the Roe v. Wade ruling. You guys said that a
Yeah.
woman didn't have a hand in that, but that's actually false, right?
Don't keep up on the wrong lies.
You said
a
what?
woman didn't have a hand in that ruling, but that's actually false, right?
That is
There is a
false.
female Supreme Court justice that did rule for overturning
Yeah.
Roe v. Wade. What is her name?
I don't care. I know her too.
Oh, you don't know.
I
What a
do.
shame.
Y'all don't
What's her
come
name?
up on the wrong
No shade.
lies.
Y'all are weird.
What does that have to do with
You're
anything?
weird. You don't even know the female that ruled on this case, and you're saying that a bunch of
Gary,
men
Ask me
ruled
a
this.
question,
I got a question for Ari. Did you vote
The
for Biden?
majority were men.
No, I didn't.
You
Why?
did.
One
Who
lady.
did you vote for in 2020?
I didn't vote in 2020.
You didn't vote in 2020.
I was really busy. I was.
Did you cast a primary vote this
No,
election
she
season?
voted Joe.
I didn't.
How are you that not? How are you that
voted for
busy
the white
to not
man.
cast a
Y'all voted for
mail-in
the white
ballot?
Voted Biden. She won't admit it though.
Y'all
No,
voted for the white man.
why wouldn't I admit it if I
Y'all are
voted
white
for Kamala?
supremacists.
Because you're
If
ashamed
I
of your
voted for
vote.
Kamala, I definitely would have voted for Biden, but I was not able to vote. I
Well,
was really, really busy.
if Kamala
You were
was
too
his
busy
VP,
to fill out a mail-in ballot?
if Harris was
I
his
was living in
VP,
California. I didn't need to.
if Harris was his VP at the time, and you're voting for her now, wouldn't you have voted for Joe? Because
I would have. Yes, I wanted to vote for Biden, and I'm telling you, I didn't get a chance to
Okay.
vote. Like, I
well,
do
then,
not.
well, then you know what? That's weird. You're weird because you were considering voting for a man who showered with his 11-year-old daughter. You're calling other people up here weird. But you were considering voting for a man who showered with his 11-year-old daughter, Joe
Do
Biden.
you think that is worse than the person that you're following?
Yes.
Yes.
That is a
Yes
to
everything you're about to
That's
ask.
his own
Yes.
flesh and blood.
convicted
That's his
of
own flesh and blood.
sexually
That's his own flesh and
assaulting
blood. He did that.
a
Yes.
woman.
Yes, absolutely. Showering with your 11-year-old daughter is worse than all of
Where
that.
did you get
Yes.
that?
Wait, was he found guilty?
Yes.
Yes, he was found guilty. Yes, he was found
Donald
guilty.
Trump was found guilty?
That's why he's a felon.
Well,
Guilty
stop
of what?
lying.
Guilty of
He
what?
never went through criminal court, ma'am. It's
He-
civil litigation.
And that's
So you're
still
lying
guilty.
again.
Guilt doesn't change whether or not it's a civil
Liability
or
is not
federal
guilt.
court.
You should learn the
That's not-
difference.
Ashley Biden called childhood showers with her father probably inappropriate and leaked diary. This
Probably.
is Snopes.com, a left-leaning fact-checking website.
Probably.
Okay? Claim. A diary authored by U.S. President Joe Biden's daughter, Ashley Biden, described showers taken with her father when she was a child as probably not appropriate. Rating. True. On April 29, 2024, Snopes changed the rating of this fact check from unproven to true based on testimony provided by Ashley Biden in an April 8th letter to a New York judge requesting jail time for one of the two people convicted of stealing her diary. Biden wrote, "I will forever have to deal with the fact that my personal journal can be viewed online." So that basically solidifies everything behind it and the contents in the diary. If she made that exact statement, I will forever have to deal with the fact that my personal journal can be viewed online. So that basically verifies the contents of the diary. Joe Biden showered with his 11-year-old daughter, and if anybody's weird in here, it's you or anybody who voted for him or thought about voting for him, because a man who showers with his own flesh and blood is weird as hell.
Well,
Weird as hell.
If you Google that, it's probably not true.
What are you talking about?
Google. That's a fact-checking website.
Well, you know what? You know what? I'm old enough to know that a lot of stuff.
And I didn't Google it.
Not true.
I didn't Google it.
Then do we think that what happened with Donald Trump isn't true?
Did that look like Google to you? Did that look like Google to you? That was Snoke stuff.
That Donald Trump would sell this